hard pull. The few times you'll ever see me put a hinge in a walnut tree, right here, this big beast. And it cut surprisingly well, all things considered, other than it had a little metal in it, which we got above it for the most part. Missed this fence, that was the main thing. It's not like the old fence is in super good shape anyway, but we sure don't want to tear anything up through here. The last tree we got on this side is that big tall one you see there. We got to pull it as well, but it has a favorable lean to where this monster here didn't. And I said, you'll rarely ever see me put a hinge in a walnut tree, and when I do, it's for these reasons right here. Footage in that old behemoth, even though it's just a rough lumber log. I really didn't think it'd be as good as it was with those seams running up and down from old lightning scars, but that just goes to show you, you never know how those things are going to cut with seams. I've seen seams not near as bad as that, the whole tree cut bad, and I've seen seams worse than that, and the tree cut pretty good. The high stump there, that's because of the wire that was in it. Normally I wouldn't cut a walnut that high. But we've seen the wire in two different places. always think just because we're getting down in the 70s of a morning and highs in the mid-80s, it's nice weather. It's not. It's still miserable. Hot and miserable. I always bring a couple different shirts with me to work because tank of gas, I'm already soaked through my shirt. My pants are starting to soak through. My chaps are starting to get soaked. But fall and winter can't get here soon enough. Anyway, we've started right here, kind of above where we left off the other day. I've got that one there I'm going to cut, but it's going to fall out in the road, so we'll save it for when the skidder's here. That way we're not plugging things up and I can get out of here in the Ranger. We've got trees laid down there. I'm just kind of keep going on up the hill. I'm going to try to tackle these guys. There's trees on both sides of the road here, but we're primarily going to focus over here on the east side of the road today. Try to get a bunch of this stuff cut and be working back the other direction. And then there's a couple more draws back here. And of course, there's draws over here. A lot of timber. So just gotta kind of work your way through it the best you can. I was going to set up my tripod a minute ago and film a little cutting because I haven't done that in a while, but I've yet to get to it. Maybe later today in the video. Sunday morning. Back to cutting white oak for a day until we're back here for a while. But I'm trying to find a dry pair of gloves. I wanted to come down today. It's just me. Dad will be down here in a bit to mark logs. I'm going to go up here on the hill and cut some white oak and just get ahead of the skidder. I like to try to stay ahead of things. We got a lot to do, so you guys know we usually work 7 days a week anyway when possible, so that's nothing new. Now I do catch a lot of slack, especially on our Facebook page when we're working Sundays. And you know, I'm pretty easygoing in that sense. With a lot of things, you know, whether it's the days you work, the hours you work, protective equipment, whether you wear it or not, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care what anybody else does. I mean, if you do what you want to do, that's how I look at things. We do what we want to do. Just like your hard hat and chaps. I didn't always wear this stuff. I did not always wear it, but anymore, I've got to where I feel naked if I don't have my chaps on. I'm running a chainsaw. Even like not so much anymore on the grapple skidders, but used to if I was running a cable skidder. I wore my chaps even if I wasn't cutting. It saves me a lot of holes in my jeans. And I'm tight. I'm a thrifty person at times. Anyway, we're in a pretty good little stand of white oak up here where we left off Wednesday here cutting. I know we've been in the walnut the last few days, and that's been very refreshing. Dad went and bought another really good track of walnut yesterday. He's just been killing this walnut here lately. He gets a little head of steam behind him, and he'll get out and buy some timber. And the sneaky old fox, he knows where the timber's at because he's been doing this for 60 plus years now. He knows where so much timber's at, and he's always real. If you notice in the videos, or if you know my dad personally, he doesn't ever say much. Like all my friends, like growing up, they're like, your dad never talks. I'm like, no, he doesn't. He does not talk. Honest to God, my dad and I have rode through Kansas from one side to the other, never spoke a word to each other. He's a man of few words. And when we do talk, we talk timber. That's just what we do. But he'll be down here in a bit to mark. I'm going to gas up. I think my chain's sharp, we're ready to go. We're going to go up here, put some trees on the ground. I'd like to it's a Sunday. I'm not going to break any records today, especially on this steep ground because I'm a fat kid. But I'd like to put 25 or 30 trees on the ground and just kind of get a jump on the week. Have a nice little Sunday cutting.